What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video, and today, guys, we're doing another 3 animations, cause like, we can, and I will, and I'm enjoying I'm really enjoying these 3 animations, and hopefully y'all are enjoying it as well, cause yeah, I'm enjoying it, and yeah, last week we did it. Last week, you know, it's actually like a couple days ago. I'll be honest, man, but like, sauce me out in the comments. You know, not me. I found like 3 videos that look really interesting, so we're gonna jump straight into it. And yeah, hopefully I'll be enjoying this series. Who knows how long this series is gonna like take, but yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, search the socials, bell, guys. One thing I realized is I didn't be telling y'all to ring that bell, but like ring the bell, yeah, ring the bell, yo. But anyways, we're gonna jump into this this set, and guys, first animation, let's go. Spooky Scary Sunday. Is it Sunday today? No, it's Friday. Oh, fuck! Alright guys, the first video we're going to be jumping into is going to be by Mort. M-O-I-T, Mort. Yeah, 3 true alone at night horror stories animated. I don't know what the story is called. It's just called Story 1. So let's get into Story 1. We're just gonna watch one of these videos because I have a couple other ones lined up. But look at this story, cause this story long. But like, wait, they said 3 stories and there's only 2. Oh no, there's 3. The third one's really short. Oh shit, guys, we have a long way to go. Let's go straight into it. Let's go. Come on, let's get here, Mort. Mort, let's go, Mort.
When I was younger and more inclined to chase paper at literally all hours of the night, I took a side gig as an Uber driver. This was on top of my full-time job in retail. Working a counter and making sales just didn't have the payout that I needed at the time. And I wasn't smart enough to just find a better job or simply negotiate a raise. Instead, I did what so many of our working youth do today and picked up a second job. I lived in this big city, drove a nicer car that I loved zipping around in. So working Uber made a lot of sense in my mind. This was around 10 years ago, so the company had successfully launched and was making waves all over the country. You'd hear about people clearing 6-figure salaries, all just from giving people rides around their community. People I'd talk.
Wait, what, really? Yo, Uber be making that much money? Yo, I might need to start doing Ubering as well, you know what I mean? Because like, YouTube don't pay. So I might need to start driving people around, you know what I'm saying? Straight around. And if y'all didn't know, I do have my license.
Talk to, just in passing, all told me the same thing. It was easy money that you could make hand over fist. I can't really tell you that it wasn't that. I pulled a decent amount in this little side hustle, but I wasn't doubling my income like I thought I would.
Right.
It also put me in this new level of exhaustion because I had to sacrifice sleep in order to have more productive Uber shifts. This meant I was going all the time. I'd get off the retail job around 5 p.m., grab a quick bite to eat, and then off to work Uber until about 2 in the morning.
Holy
Anything
shit.
after that time, I quickly learned was just riffraff. And this was back when Uber didn't have quite the protocol that it does now. It wasn't unheard of for some pretty wild stuff to happen in the backseat of these cars. Fast forward a little bit, and I'm like 6 months into this new working world. I've gotten the swing of working double shifts, where the higher yield areas are for pickups, and how to make a quick turnaround in both drop-offs and getting back down to the downtown areas. If you took the wrong road, you'd come up on the opposite side, where a lot of commercial and business parks were. You'd have to make these weird loops that took extra time and gas to do so. There was a hospital downtown that I would periodically idle nearby, as it had serious real estate in the form of parking lots. I could just rest here and check my phone, not have to worry about the hustle and bustle of traffic. Even catch a few Z's if I needed to.
Catch a few Z's.
There were also various fast food joints and convenience stores nearby.
Oh shit.
Everything to keep me in the game.
As soon as I talked to the nurse, that
guys, we just started the video.
Went out the window.
We
I
just
did feel
started.
Like they cared about my injury and they wanted to.
Occasionally, I drink a Red Bull or something, but it wasn't that often. Alas, I found myself at the end of an exhaustive cycle. I was definitely about to reach my limit. One night, during that red line period, I did my usual routine where I pulled into the hospital while waiting for a client. It was an unusually slow night, and I was expecting lots of passengers, so I didn't really know what to do. I held out that I'd make more money later on in that night.
Oh, his wheels are still
went and got
moving,
an
yo.
energy
Did you
drink
see
from
that?
the vending machine in the lobby.
Oh, hell no. That's a
It didn't
haunted
matter.
ass car.
I sat back down in the driver's seat, turned on my favorite playlist, and then passed out just right there. I wasn't asleep for very long, but it was a deep catatonic rest.
If there's someone knocking on the window, hell no.
Mouth wide open, drooling, mouth breathing.
Oh shit.
Looking my absolute worst. There is one thing that I dislike more, and that's the feeling of waking up when I shouldn't have been asleep. My brain starts to immediately overcompensate. I can't make any connections despite all the sparks. I can't remember where I am, who I am, what I'm doing. There are times when teachers would catch me sleeping in high school. I'd be so startled when they woke me up. I couldn't even speak proper English. Just make weird noises and get silent, then literally have to remember how to make it all make sense. It was one of those times. I remember kicking myself awake because my head was at this weird, funny angle. I made this kind of groaning sound as I snapped back into the waking world. I was still inside my car. It was still nighttime. Hell, it was the same playlist coming through the speakers.
Playlist
I
4.
peeked up at the clock and saw that I was only out for maybe 15 minutes.
Okay.
I took a deep breath through my nose and then
Yo, my
settled
man's
into the
eyes
seat.
are bloodshot red.
A cat nap was actually perfect, allegedly giving us more energy than a longer nap.
Like at the back of his eye.
I checked my
you know
phone
what I
and
mean?
saw that
like
I didn't
around
miss
the
anything.
edge.
But there was a person that I could swoop up nearby and make a few bucks off. I took another swig of my drink, checked my mirrors, and then went to shift into park.
Bet. Sounds
I stopped
good.
though.
Huh?
There was
Why?
something off in my rearview mirror.
What?
If I wasn't mistaken,
Are
there
you
was a person.
Are you serious right now? Could you not see that in the corner of your eye when you wake up and you look at your playlist, you look at your mirrors, and then what?
Sitting right behind me in the middle seat. We make eye contact.
Oh hell nah. And by the way, why is this car not locked? Yo, my man. Look how startled he looks.
Roll around and sure enough, plain as
on, man.
day, there's a man just sitting not 12 inches
Hell
from me.
nah.
He gets a
Oh,
little smile
hell
across
no.
his face and just kind of nods, like he was acknowledging that I'd been asleep. It almost looked like a little hello on his end.
Nah.
I really didn't know what to do. Part of me wanted to start screaming at him to get out. Another part of me wanted to put on this front, act real tough, and then the other part of me just wanted to ask what he was doing inside my car.
So what'd you do?
That's when I looked down and saw the Uber app open in his phone.
Okay.
I remember the sticker in my window that I was parked outside of a hospital. This guy probably exited one of these buildings, was wandering to a through street while he booked a ride. Then he just happened to see me. For whatever reason, seeing his phone helped my brain regain just a little coherence.
Is it just me? Or is his hair like blended into the background? Like you can't tell where his end. Like I know you can just tell like there's a line here that makes his hair different to the background. But can I be honest? Like I don't know if it's just me, but his hair looked like blended into the background. And now my man just has a massive fro on. Am I tripping? Can y'all confirm with me? Look, there's no like line.
That put the panic to rest. So I simply said, "Hi, what are you doing in my car?" He didn't respond for a moment, just kind of looked at the floor and then the ceiling, anywhere but directly at me. I gestured to his phone and then continued to talk. "Are you looking for a ride or something?" I asked. He nodded. Okay, he's at least halfway normal. I got on at length for a bit, pulling my seatbelt on. Then I explained to him what I explained to you.
Yo.
I worked 2 jobs, I was tired, and I just
That's
happened to
so
fall asleep.
sketch. What
I
happens
said
if
I'd
he
be
like
happy to give him a ride in exchange
attacks
for
him
a
while
good
he's
review.
driving and steals a car
One
or
that
some
wouldn't
shit?
say
I don't
that I
know.
was
I
sleeping
don't.
inside my car.
I'm not a pro at this kind of
We
stuff.
both
you know?
shared a laugh on that one.
Oh shit. They're laughing.
"I'm trying to
together.
get downtown," he said. He pointed back Jackson Drive, a main drag through the area.
Oh, I bet.
"Where?" I asked. He then gave me these loose directions, but said it was pretty close to an old music venue that had shut down a few years before. I was familiar with that area, so I just started the route. We made a little small talk, mostly about myself and how I'd fallen asleep.
Okay.
This guy's name was Donovan. He said that when he got in the car, he went to speak, but saw that I was snoring, so just decided to wait.
That's so
"Well,
creepy.
I appreciate you not being a weirdo," I said. "I was about to freak out before I saw your Uber app." Then it hits me. This guy and I aren't actually linked up. He never ordered a ride through the app.
He never did.
And I haven't logged.
Why did that take you so long to fucking
I take
realize?
a quick glance at him in the rear view and say, "Hey, I just realized this ride isn't registered. Can you find me on the app really quickly?" That's when the guy scoffs, looks out the window and says, "Oh, I'm not paying for this." I laugh, to which he just stays silent. It's getting a little awkward now. I glance into the back real quick, realize the mistake that I've now made. This guy isn't dressed like a professional, no business casual, if you catch my drift. He's filthy.
Bro.
He's got torn up clothes. He's only got one shoe on.
Why did it take my man so long to realize that? Was he not looking at him and talking to him at the start? What was he looking at? Oh my god, am I tripping balls here?
His face is dirty and dark from sun exposure. There's this grimy backpack next to him.
Just drop him where he needs to go, bro.
He's homeless.
At this point.
He has to be.
Just drop him.
While I was asleep, some drifter hanging around the hospital must have just climbed into my car, thinking he'd be able to sleep in it or something. I noticed it on my second glance, though. Donovan is wearing a bracelet.
Oh,
The
shit.
paper kind that they use in the hospital for discharge.
Shit.
This guy probably OD'd behind a trash can, got Narcaned, and is now getting a free ride back to his crack house. All because I couldn't keep my eyes open. Shake my head.
No, it's because you didn't
hit
keep
my
your door
blinker,
locked, you
and then
idiot.
start guiding my car towards the next exit. "Yo, where you going?" he asked from the back. "I told you where we're going." "I'm not driving you across town for free, dude. You're lucky I don't even call the cops," I countered. I took my phone out of the cup holder beside me just to show him that I wasn't messing around. "Yeah," Donovan said. "You're lucky I don't unlace my shoe and strangle you with it." Before I could even blink, I felt his crusty calloused
what did I
hands
say,
sneak
yo?
around the headrest and wrap around my throat. Instinctually, I took one hand off the wheel and tried to break his grip, but I couldn't do it.
The brakes.
I barely got a finger
Hit the
underneath his
brakes.
palm to create just this little space to breathe. Panic started to set in. As I watched a minute tick by on the clock, I tried to get this guy off of me. I could hear his raspy breath just behind me. The smell coming off his hands and mouth was completely disgusting. This dude definitely hadn't showered in at least a week or more. Then it finally hits me. I had to get him off of me. I check my mirrors and see that I'm alone on this stretch of the highway. I then firmly slam on my brakes.
Yeah, didn't you do that at the start?
I was belted in.
Yo, this guy is
Donovan
thinking is
behind
pretty
me wasn't
slow,
as
don't you
lucky.
think?
He slammed forward, right into my seat, which created a little space in his arms. I yanked with my free hand, broke his grip, and then gunned the car over the shoulder. At this point, Donovan has recovered and is now trying to grab me again, but I'm not letting that happen twice. We're in a bit of a standoff now. I put the car in the park and put the hazards on. I say to hell with it. This has already gone too far. I dial 911, hit the call button, and press the phone to my ear. He starts to trip out, makes a lot more threats, but starts to get out of my car now. That's when I notice he's holding a purse, a pretty nice one at that. He grumbles a little bit, shoulders his backpack and that purse, then steps out into the cool night air. He then proceeds to start walking down the shoulder, down the exit ramp and back into the city. I hear dispatch in my ear and I realize I can't just let this go. I start rattling off everything that just happened to me, where I'm at and where the perp is located. As I'm describing the scene, this
Oh my god.
Trisha, can I borrow $1? I'll pay you back.
dispatcher gets quiet for a second, maybe even mutes me, then comes back with new information just a minute later. She says my report matches an earlier one from that exact hospital that I was parked at. Apparently, old Donovan had been admitted exactly as I figured, and during his stay, he became incoherent, agitated, and realized that he wasn't being supervised. He unhooked himself from the machine, put his clothes back on, then just exited the hospital, but not before stealing a purse out of one of the rooms in his wing. She noticed not long after it went missing and got with hospital security. They got on the cameras. It didn't take very long to see this guy strolling out the front door with that woman's purse in hand. From there, he starts running, as seen on the footage. He was probably paranoid about getting caught, now that he'd exited the hospital. He zigzagged through the parking lot for a bit before coming upon my car, which was on and idling. D-Bag Donovan thought he was going to be able to steal my car,
D-Bag
up
Donovan.
until he saw me sleeping in it.
That's creepy.
From there, he just snuck into
That
the
was a
back
creepy
and
shot.
hid from any potential hospital security.
And my man's car is just
Needless to
unlocked
say,
still.
Donovan's night went south after he got out of my car. I told dispatch where I was and where he was headed, and then even followed him down the exit ramp. I didn't make it 2 blocks before a cop swooped in, flashed him with the lights and siren, and threw
got him.
him in a pair of cuffs.
Shit, they got him.
The phone that I'd seen in his hand was the woman's phone. He'd found it in her purse. He was trying to figure out how to order an Uber in the event that I didn't wake up. It just happened to be the perfect guys in the moment. I gave a statement to the officers who hauled him off. I suspected he spent a couple of weeks drying out in a jail cell. I probably don't need to say this, but remember to lock your car doors, people. A year before COVID hit.
Are you serious, man? Remember to lock your car doors? You know what? Next animation. But more. That was a solid animation. I really liked that. I was really intrigued with the story. You know what I'm talking about, mate. I was really intrigued with it. So, catch you on the next animation. See ya. Alright, guys. The second animation that we're going to be reacting to today is called... My Girlfriend Became My Crazy Cyber Stalker by Stephen D. We're going to jump straight into this, guys. Catch it later. Catch me later.
What?
Dave Krupa moved to Omaha, Nebraska after the 12-year relationship with the mother of his 2 children ended. He needed a fresh start, so he began working at an auto repair shop and decided to try online dating. He started going on dates with a girl named Liz and some other women, but made it clear he just wanted to keep things casual. While working one day, a woman named Carrie came to the repair shop, and immediately her beauty caught Dave's eye. A 37-year-old single mother. He asked her out, they had a great time, and she ended up going to his apartment that night.
Oh shit.
Carrie told Dave she didn't want a serious relationship, and immediately Dave thought to himself, wow, I really hit the jackpot with this one. As Carrie left Dave's apartment the next morning, she passed by Liz in the hallway, a woman Dave was seeing for the past several months. She had stopped by to grab some of her belongings from his place. About 2 weeks later, Dave received a text from Carrie at work. She requested to move in with him.
Wait! This is going really quick. Let me literally run it back. Give me 1 sec.
This one.
Now I know what's going on.
As Carrie left Dave's apartment the next morning, she passed by Liz in the hallway, a woman Dave was seeing for the past several months. She had stopped by to grab some of her belongings from his place. About 2 weeks later, Dave received a text from Carrie at work. She requested to move in with him.
We should move in
Dave was
together.
confused since they've only started dating and discussed earlier how they both wanted to keep the relationship casual.
Yeah.
He texted back declining her request. Fine, I hate you. I'm dating someone else. I don't want to see you anymore, Carrie replied. The sudden change in attitude caught him off guard. Geez, guess I dodged a bullet with that one, Dave thought to himself. At the same time, Carrie's mother Nancy, someone she talks to every day, also received strange texts, including one that wrote she moved to Kansas for her new job, and she will be picking up her son Max from her soon. Nancy tried calling her daughter for clarification, but she never answered the phone. She just continued texting. Carrie even went as far as to not show up for a family wedding and her own father's funeral.
Oh shit.
Something was definitely off, so Nancy reported the case to the police of a potential missing person. She mentioned Carrie's bipolar, so officers thought she must be on a manic episode. Dave continued receiving close to 100 heinous text messages from Carrie. I hate you so much that I want to drive a knife in your heart. I will do what I can to make you suffer. You're such a horrible person. A notable email he got said, my favorite thing to do is stand outside your window.
Come on, that's crazy.
Liz, the woman Dave ended up being in a relationship with, was constantly mentioned in texts as well.
That witch is
She also received disturbing messages from Carrie, which confused both of them because the only interaction the two women ever had was in that hallway at Dave's apartment. 10 days later, Liz files a report to the police and tells Dave that Carrie found her garage vandalized and spray painted these words on the walls. Now there's 2 reports filed on Carrie. One reported of a missing person, and the other, a stalking incident.
Come on, man, what the fuck?
Yo, this story's getting so juicy. And then this ad goes crazy, man.
Double time, busy all the time. PEAACEEE helps you money better. So you can.
One night, as Dave was walking home, he recognized Carrie's car parked outside as he had worked on it at the repair shop all those months ago. Freaked out, he takes a picture of the car and the license plate and immediately sends it to the police. They came, but couldn't find her anywhere in the neighborhood. After checking the car, they did find a single fingerprint on a mint container. However, evidence showed it didn't belong to Carrie or anyone on their database. Dave then gets an insane email from Carrie, containing a photo of what looks like a woman tied up. I have Liz tied up in the trunk of a car. You need to tell her that you hate her and that she's a... Otherwise, I'll kill her.
Yo, show this to the police.
Dave was so numb to these messages, he didn't freak out. Hey, by chance, were you tied up and thrown in the trunk of a car? To which Liz denied that ever happening. Carrie's mother was losing hope.
Wait, who was
I am sorry I missed the funeral, Carrie texted. The only way I will know it is you is if you call me and I hear your voice, Nancy responds. Carrie's son Max was equally as suspicious. This person texting is not his mother. He sends her a message and quickly gets a response. Hey little man, how are you? Max asks the stranger 3 questions. 1. What is my middle name? 2. What was our first boxer's name? 3. Who was my best friend as a little kid?
This guy's smart.
On Carrie's Facebook account, this
Is this a real story, yo? Is this a real story? Crazy true stories. This is a true story? Oh my god. Okay, I don't want to spoil anything. I didn't read any other comments.
Message gets posted.
I've answered enough questions to prove myself to everyone I've done. You can't either believe I'm your daughter, mother, sister, and friend that you have now. I'm so dyslexic. You have known your whole life, or you can just leave me alone. I've proven myself
I have answered enough questions to prove myself to everyone. I am done. You can't
This is a true story, guys.
This
is
daughter,
gonna be chills.
mother, sister, and friend that you have known your whole life, or you can just leave me alone. I have proven myself over and over, and I'm done. I left on my own free will, and I am sick of everyone giving me a hard time for doing what I needed to do. I am not missing. I just don't want to come home right now. I am a grown woman, and if I feel like leaving home, I have the right. I asked my son Maxwell James, to come with me, but you didn't want to. So when I am ready to come back home, I will. I am sorry for hurting everyone and just up and leaving. I know I have upset some of you, but I needed to do this for me. Sorry, and I hope someday you can forgive me. I love you all very much, but I need time still to sort things out. August rolls around and Liz calls Dave in a panic. Her house was set on fire and burned down completely. All her belongings along with her pets had perished. Dave rushes to see her, freaking out. Officers inquired more information, saying this fire was definitely intentional. You think they were married with how much she's stalking me. She will not leave me alone. I just wish she would go away, Liz tells them. Dave, still distraught, is comforted by Liz, reiterating that they will be supporting one another no matter what. Without evidence of where Carrie could be, the case turned cold, and 2 years passed by.
2 years, guys.
In 2015, 2 detectives, Avis and Doty, decided to look back into the case, but this time through the lens of if Carrie was even alive, in which they found no reason to believe so. Nobody had seen her, spoken to her on the phone, and her bank account was left untouched for the past 2.5 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When they looked through the files, the name Liz Goyer seemed to continuously show up. There were never messages about this woman until Carrie went missing. Dave and Liz had given permission back in 2013 to have the contents of their phone downloaded when they first reported Carrie stalking them. They noticed Dave had received tens of thousands of texts from Carrie over the span of 2 years, and one specific image was found on Liz's phone gallery. It was a photo of Carrie's Ford Explorer.
It was Liz.
The one Dave took.
It was Liz. Liz was doing this the whole time because Liz saw that Carrie left Liz's apartment Sorry, what? Liz saw that Carrie left Dave's apartment, and she was like, what the hell? No, fuck that. Who the hell is this Carrie? So she went and hacked into Liz's thing and started using Liz and tied Liz up and put in the... Oh my god, it was Liz. It was Liz, guys.
What? Took a picture of
guys,
it
it was
sent
Liz.
to the police. And when looking through the data, the photo was taken a month prior to when Dave contacted the police about it.
No.
They noticed Liz had called Carrie's
Liz.
phone 6 times using *69 to block her caller ID, even though she claimed their only interaction was at that hallway. There was another photo of Liz duct taped in the car, but it was taken on Liz's phone, presumably using a self-timer. They decided to check the car again, thoroughly this time, and what they uncovered were bloodstains beneath the passenger seat. Liz became their prime suspect, and coincidentally, she filed...
Yeah, sorry, I think I messed up the names. Liz is the guilty one. Carrie is who Liz... Sorry, I think I stuffed up the names before. But y'all know what I mean. I'm trying to say Liz is a suspect. Carrie got like stuffed up.
Another report. She now believes that their stalker was Dave's ex of 12 years, Amy, the mother of his children, and that she killed Carrie. Shortly after, dispatch gets another call. This time, Liz had been shot in the leg at Big Lake Park in Council Bluffs. At first, she said she had no idea who it was and she couldn't get a good look, but then immediately changed her story, saying it was Amy, and that she probably stole Dave's gun he had been keeping for protection. Detective Avis was immediately suspicious and didn't believe her story. They couldn't find evidence of anyone else at the park. They concluded that Liz must have shot herself.
That's crazy.
Detective Avis goes to Dave's apartment and tells him that he
reason?
suspects his stalker to be his current girlfriend, Liz. And then, it all clicked for him. That's why those texts from Carrie knew what exactly he was doing. He couldn't believe she went to vandalize his shop, her own home, set her own house on fire, and killing her pets.
Yeah, setting your own house on fire to kill your own pets is crazy. That is mental. Yo.
And she shot herself.
And shot in your own leg?
Detectives concluded it would have taken Liz 40 to 50 hours a week sending the amount of emails and texts she did to Dave.
That is crazy.
They brought her into
So this is a true... I just forgot again, twice. I doubled back twice and forgot that this was a true story. Look, that's Liz. Oh my god. All my days it gave me chills. That's what I'm trying to say. Come on.
The
it's
IP address from the email redirected back to Liz's address. The DNA in the blood-stained car seat belonged to Carrie. And they found the fingerprint from the mint packet in the car to be Liz's. And the final damning evidence was when they found an SD card in her tablet carrying thousands of deleted images, one of which was of Carrie's decomposing body.
That is disgusting. That's
Even
so sad.
when confronted with all the evidence, Liz denied everything. The lies, deceit, and the amount of effort to trick Dave these past 2.5 years into staying by her side, while simultaneously tarnishing Carrie and his ex-wife's name, will never be understood. In 2017, Liz Goyer was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
That is scary. That photo at the end scared me, yo. Oh my god. Anyways, we're going into the next animation, guys. That was very good. That was very good. And because it was a true story, it just like gave me more creeps. More creeps, yo. Stephen D. That's good. That was good. Alright. Third animation, yo. Alright guys, the last animation we're going to be reacting today is going to be by 1C Entertainment, and it's 9 Horror Stories Animated True Cat Horror Story. But we're only going to watch one, of course. This is going to be the last one of today, and hopefully y'all enjoying it, man. I'm really enjoying it. I think so far the first 2 animations were really good. So now we're going to jump into 1C Entertainment.
This happened back in high school during the winter. I was walking back home from school listening to some music. Ahead of me, I noticed a black cat was just standing in the middle of the walkway. It had the prettiest blue eyes. I stopped for a moment to look at it. I hadn't seen it before, and it didn't have a collar but looked a little too clean to be a stray. I also noticed that the cat had a white spot around its left eye. It was strange that the cat was just outside all by itself. It was snowing heavily, and stray cats in my area would usually hide in local abandoned buildings for warmth. I felt bad for the poor thing, but I knew I couldn't take it home. I eventually started walking away when I heard the cat meowing. It was very loud and almost aggressive. I felt a little unsettled and started walking faster.
By the cat
I figured
meowing?
it was just very hungry and decided that if I saw it the next day, I'd give it some food. I kept walking home, and at a certain point, I was struck with a very...
Oh my god, that scared the hell out of me. Yo, let's run it back, because I wasn't expecting my man, the cat, to turn into a guy.
I'd give it some food. I kept walking home, and at a certain point, I was struck with a very uneasy feeling. I took out my earbuds and looked around. That's when I saw a man. He was very tall
What
and
the
skinny,
hell?
had shaggy hair,
The cat
and was
turned into
wearing
a guy.
black trench coat. I couldn't make out any of his facial features because of the heavy snow. He was just standing there in the middle of the road. Something felt very off, but I continued walking, this time without music, just to be more wary of my surroundings.
Yeah.
That's when I heard heavy footsteps,
Oh my
like
God,
someone
I
was
hate
quickly
that, yo.
approaching me.
I actually
turned
hate that.
around
Turn
and
around.
saw the man sprinting
Running.
towards
Run
me.
away, run away,
I
run
felt
away, run away.
horrified and started running away, since the guy was a lot taller and probably more athletic than out-of-shape high school
Oh my
me.
God,
He
look
caught
at
up
my
to me
man
quickly.
chasing him.
I felt my heart beating in my throat. I was horrified that he might get to me at any moment, and who knows what he'd
I
do
hate
then.
being chased.
My
I hate
fears
that so
came
much.
true when I felt a hand
Oh
grab me
my
by my
days.
shoulder. I tried to shake it off, but the grip was way too strong. When I looked back at him, the
Punch
first
him.
thing I noticed was his eyes. They were a very deep
Blue?
shade of blue.
Yeah,
I also
just
saw
like the
that
cat.
he had a white spot around
Oh,
his
shining
left
red.
eye that looked like it
Yeah,
could be
this side,
from
this side, this side.
vitiligo. It was exactly like that cat that I had seen earlier.
So what are you trying to say?
He
You trying to say
didn't
the
look
cat turned into a
homeless.
guy?
He actually had a very clean face. His expression was just blank. He didn't look angry, happy, sad, nothing. Just empty blue eyes staring at me. He didn't take out a knife or attack me in any way, just
scary.
held my arm really tight. I don't know how, but I managed to gain the strength to escape his grasp and run away. I
Yeah.
eventually managed to get home. Homeless people and drug addicts walking around the street wasn't an uncommon occurrence where I lived. For some reason, that man was just different. I don't believe in things like mythical creatures, but the similarities were just too uncanny. I don't know if it was a shapeshifter, a skinwalker, or whatever else, but to this day, I firmly believe that what I saw that day wasn't a normal human.
That's it. That's it. Bro, that's it. That's all that happened? Oh my days. That's it, guys. That's it. Oh shit. Alright guys, I'm ending that video here. That were 3 animations, horror stories, you know, crazy. But the first 2 were really good. Mort and Stephen D. Yeah, that was really good. So yeah guys, I'm ending that video right there. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. If you did, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, all the juicy stuff, hit the comments in my socials. And yeah, I'm gonna come out with more videos. There's more games I want to play, but I've been really enjoying these like 3 scary animations. I'm really enjoying reacting with you guys, you know what I mean? But yeah, I also appreciate all the support that I've been getting. I've been getting the smallest amount of support, but support is support, and I support that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next video, y'all, and take care, and until next time, peace. Catch y'all later. Let me cut this shit real quick.